Since the beginning of 2023, when we started with ByteGPT, we had already recommended using Dify as one of the means to enable your LLMs or artificial intelligence along with Kommo. But due to the popularity of OpenAI and its assistance for convenience, we had been recording videos with OpenAI. And today I'm going to show you some suggestions we could make here with Dify. Dify, therefore, is an orchestrator of LLMs, of applications. It allows connections with other data sources and also with different providers or suppliers of GPT, or as I prefer to call them here, LLMs, which are these learning models, where we have various integrations and also the construction of workflows within Dify, in addition to good content management, being able, as I said, to connect with various different providers. Within the plans, you can evaluate what is best for you, but in the free plan, it serves most clients well, as it allows 10 applications that can be built with care, of course, regarding storage, 5 maybe 50 files and some other restrictions. These request messages here are not just messages by LLM, because in fact messages by LLM are not counted. You have API requests, among other things that can be done here. Therefore, to use LLM models, you can choose OpenAI, Anthropic, among other EPT providers within Dify as it orchestrates this. There are 200 credit messages that you use before actually consuming your API. It's quite interesting, and there are other plans here that you can research according to your needs. So, when starting here, we already have the possibility to create an application from scratch, and we work on our ByteGPT API, both with the basic chatbot or with the Chatflow. I will start with the basics and then show the Chatflow. So see that when creating a first installation, first application, I have the instructions, context, variables, some more resources than in OpenAI. And up here, I can also choose the models I want according to my connections that I have here in the setting. In the suppliers, I have 200 message credits, but I can also connect my API and choose whether I want to use the API key or a quota here, depending on the established plan. I can connect to other providers like Gemini, Anthropic itself, and so on. So it's worth exploring other models beyond these already known and conventional ones. Simply put the instructions as I would do there in OpenAI. I can build variables that may change as the conversation progresses, but I won't dwell on that now. Besides the context that I can also create here in the knowledge part, storing in files, I can connect with Notion as well as do scraping in data scraping services on pages with the proper URL, in addition to also choosing other resources like Vision and also adding questions and follow-ups. If I want to save this application on a web page, it brings an interface that can be embedded on a web page. For now, I will go to the monitoring part and will also publish here just so we can save, although saving and publishing are different things. I will look here in monitoring because it is right here that I can track consumption, some data besides the logs, and get the API key. That I will need to install there in my environment like in ByteAPT. So I have here an API of my application, so it's the apps API. And for that, I also have a respective key from the PNI that I might need here now. So let's go to this BytePT environment where I will add among the providers. It can be Dify. For those who want to use the self-hosted version, we also offer an API for that already. Since Dify is open source, you can put it on your own server following the instructions here from Dify. So when placing Dify, it will ask for an OpenAI key, which I had already copied. We have materials here that show how to obtain this, or you have the link here in addition to the app key from Dify, which is that code I just obtained. Upon saving, I will now have a Dify installation, and I can download my template for BytePT with the handler directly suitable or directed to Dify. Coming here to the communication tools, I can reload the page and import. Upon importing, I already have the fields created here, and here ByteGPT will associate at step 50 with the Dify handler. Even if it's noted here, you can rename it to Dify since it was a template we had left here. Very good. With that also, I will, for testing purposes, simply remove this time, which we explained at other times, so that it doesn't wait too long here, and I will save. I will clone here simply so that I have a preserved copy. I will call it 01. You can call it whatever name you want, and I will turn off this one. Very well, I am already connected to this application here from my Dify. Here inside, therefore, if I do a test, for example, I can interact normally with the instructions using this model, just as we would do there in the OpenAI playground. So if I send a test message here, it may be that based on these test instructions I put, it already gets the answers. Very good, I will publish. Now I will come here in my Dify environment where I am already simulating a channel that could be WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, or the chat itself, where I would send a question here, and from this question, therefore, I have a link created. The bot is not started, but I will do it here manually for demonstration. You can trigger it so that the message is automatically sent, or I will simply put it here and send it again just for testing. In this way, let's see that the message was received. It becomes easier in general. ByteGPT goes through an intention detector, and soon after comes the response here in the answer field, sent by itself, so it is already connected. It is already working in just a few minutes, and of course, I can with this adjust the message size, do my fine tuning here inside. Up to here, we are more or less like it would be with OpenAI and its assistants. But I will now bring another slightly broader view of what it would be like to convert this into a workflow model. So see, here I have my LLM with the instructions. Saiska is the user's message. I can choose to have memory or not, vision. And here I could now add another LLM. I could make several diverse interactions according to your need. And here we have the possibility to make requests in other databases, in other sources. There is a diversity of usage forms that I leave with you to explore in the way you want. So to demonstrate an applied case, you can see that we have a question classifier here and can open with different routes as if they were different paths, each of which could be, for example, an LLM acting as if it were a specific assistant. So if it comes here, it follows this route, as I can also have one that retrieves specific knowledge about a certain subject, has another assistant, and so on. There is also the possibility for us to store data in variables, use it throughout the conversation. We also have the possibility to connect to external APIs, even to make connections directly with Kommo. Here at Bytebio, we have been doing a lot of this with updates, placing micro LLMs, if I can call them that, before the final response, doing analyses. So there enters a really very broad science of possibility, of which we can collaborate if it is your need, and also trigger sales bots directly from Dify, where Dify itself starts certain sales bots without needing to wait for a specific response from ByteGPT. So it's hard to talk about all the possibilities as it's a no-code or low-code programming aspect, since you can also use code there if you want and know how, and there are infinite possibilities. So ByteGPT can connect your conversation environment, your CRM, to Kommo with various analyses, and also with several other systems, both being able to return some data or some information to your user who is there in your communication channel, be it, for example, WhatsApp, as well as make intelligent situations along with the data from your own CRM, orchestrating, therefore, various actions that can even run in parallel, another usage paradigm in a much more interesting way, which can be both very simple, as we saw there initially, with an assistant, just one instruction or just one block with a response, or opening as the possibility arises, since in our Kommo CRM we would have just one sales bot. A sales bot orchestrating through various different paths, and when the response returns, our sync then delivers it to you, as you are already accustomed to navigating between the paths. Count on us. We are available for these challenges and any others that may arise in your